This is what it took to get a 3-year-old can of POR 15 open. Like, that guy did not want to go. Holy crap. All right, so today there's not really a whole lot to do. The next step in the process, so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put on your A-arms all the way up until you max out the lower ball joint, and then you're supposed to measure 2 7/8 inch from the bag plate up here, and then center line here, and then mount your bag plate right there. But the problem with that is I'm not supposed to weld these in yet. So you're supposed to make sure that this will work with where your bags are going to sit before you completely weld it in. But since this is sticking out, I'm not going to be able to properly measure 2 7/8 inches up from the bag plate to mark my spot because this is interfering. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to cut these out of these tack welds, and I'm going to clean up the inside of the frame, inside where it's boxed on both sides, and then I'm going to paint it with POR 15, which is what I used when I painted the pans on the Beetle, and POR stands for paint over rust. 15, I guess, is the 15th try. I have no idea. But anyways, I'm going to cut these out, clean up in there, and paint it. And then I'm going to put these back in and completely weld them because I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So I'm going to completely weld them and then grind them down. And then install my A-arms. And then mount my bag plates, and that is going to be a big step. That's pretty cool. So let's go ahead, cut these out, get to clean it up. Alright, so I got those welded and cut and ground down, and that looks pretty good to me. So next step is to get my bag mounts attached on both sides. So I'll show you how I did that when I'm done. I got my first bag mount tacked in place. What they say to do is simulate full drop until the ball joints max out, which I'm pretty sure that's not maxed out, and that one definitely isn't either, but it's hitting the frame right here, so it is maxed out. And then what they say to do is measure 2 7/8 inch from this bag mount to that bag mount. So what I did is I made a little piece of aluminum here that's exactly 2 7/8 inches, and I put it here and then tacked that in place. This is not supposed to be level in any way with the ground. This way is supposed to be level with this way, and so that's how this plate helps, by keeping it level and exactly 2 7/8 inches. You could have just measured and drawn a line, but that's just not quite as easy and accurate as this. So what I'm going to do is go to the other side, assemble the A-arms and the spindle, and do the exact same thing, get that bag mount tacked in place, and then I'm going to take the A-arms off again and weld these in fully, and then that'll be all for the day. Alright, so I got the bag plates mounted on both sides. I'm happy with that. I got my bag notches in. I centered my bag notches on the center of the wheel line instead of the center of the K member, which I was supposed to do, but it's not going to be a big issue. When I hold the bag up there, pretty sure I'll be okay. Biggest issue I'm going to have is I'm going to need to notch the frame for this here, so that's clearance for my tie rod. That's the reason I bought my plasma cutter, right? Because it'll be a lot easier to do that with the plasma cutter. But the issue I'm having is my air compressor is too wet. The back of the plasma cutter has a water trap on it, and I added a water trap to my air compressor. And even though I added that water trap to the air compressor, there's still so much water coming out. Like when I'm using my 90-degree high speed, there's just water coming out. And you can't have that with the plasma cutter because it's just not going to work out well, is what I've read. So I think even with 2 water traps, one on the compressor and one on the plasma cutter, it's still wet. What I might do is fill it up, let it settle overnight, and then come first thing in the morning and cut it and see if I can get it done that way. That way the water might settle inside the tank, because it really gets bad when the compressor's been running for a while and it really heats up. If you have any ideas on how to get the water out of the air on my compressor, leave a comment, let me know, because I need to get that water out. Like it, subscribe it, and come back for more, because this truck's going to be sick and you're going to want to see it. So see you next time. Some help from some friends to take the bed off. What a noisy piece of shit. Holy crap, that car is loud and stupid sounding. What is it, an airplane? Wow. That was a freaking Lancer. So anyways,